could obviously start the video with a pat on the back, but I'm not going to do that. We are getting you out of your slump and straight into success mode, so much so that by the end of your transformation, you're gonna need to reintroduce yourself. Getting right into it, and step number one is establishing a routine. Staying productive and organized is actually a result of the systems we set in place in order to achieve that. And so if you're going to bed every single night thinking, well, tomorrow I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna do more, but you don't have a plan on how to actually do that, then it's absolutely obvious and normal that you're going to wake up the next day feeling lost, disappointed, and motivated. So here's how we're going to tackle that. So what I want you to do is that when you're done watching this video, you're going to take a pen and paper or your favorite digital planner, and you're going to make a list of all the things you need to get done and how much time is going to take you approximately to do each of those things. Then I want you to just hold on, because I know, Miss Ma'am, you're tempted right there to just put all those things in your tomorrow's to-do list, and I can guarantee you this is going to make you feel even more anxious and overwhelmed than when you started, and we're absolutely not doing that. The idea here is that when we're doing life resets, it's not about jumping into struggle, but more about tackling the problem holistically and changing the way we actually live and the way we actually work and the way we process things and the way we do things. And it's all about setting up systems that are going to guide us and facilitate the whole process in the long term. So what I want you to do is pick two of those things in your to-do list, and you're going to create two separate work blocks for those things. Attention, your first work block is going to start at 9 a.m., not earlier, and between your first work block and your second work block, I need you to have at least an hour difference. Now, I know that everyone is trying to tell you to work hard, blah, 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 the struggle and all that kind of stuff, but I'm about to hook you on working smart and happily. So your first work block starts at 9 a.m., but you're waking up at 8 a.m. And I know you want to sleep and it's so tempting to just snooze that alarm, but we're not doing that, because trust me when I'm telling you, almost nobody can wake up and go instantaneously into productivity mode and I'm going to do everything and success and all that kind of stuff. So we are giving you an hour to romanticize life. This is the moment where you can have your coffee, you can watch an inspirational video, you can do some morning exercises, some yoga, you can do anything you want. And the only thing that's off limits is useless scrolling. This method allows you to ease into your schedule and actually have the time to feel proud about yourself and get into that productivity mode and have a structured routine that dictates what's next. This way, there is actually no room for feeling lost or not knowing what to do next or losing time. Once your work block starts, you're going to set a timer with the time that you have previously calculated for that specific task, and you're just going to get right into it, and you're not going to stop until you finish it. Once you finish your task, it's time to reward yourself because you actually did it. This is the time that you can actually scroll on your phone if you really can resist. You can go get your coffee, your matcha, you can walk your dog, you can do whatever you like. It's time to just sit back, smile, breathe, and start tasting the adrenaline of success. Once you're done with your break, you're going to tackle work block number 2, and once that is done, we are done. Even if you have more time to do more things on your to-do list, you are absolutely not going to do those things, because the idea here is not to run a marathon and then give up after 1 week, but to build a long-term sustainable mindset around success. Taking time for yourself and taking care of yourself is so important. So once you are done for the day, you've done everything that you say you're going to do, this is the time where you can relax, you can watch your Netflix, you can have your bath, just pamper yourself and feel good about yourself and get ready to do it all over again tomorrow. Because I am telling you, this satisfaction that you get from just being productive and just doing what you have to do and just being your best self is the best type of addiction you can ever experience. Pro tip is that if you struggle to concentrate between work block 1 and work block 2, you can change location. So for example, you can move to your favorite cafe or your favorite hotel or your favorite co-working space or park or whatever it is. Step number 2 is nutrition. Now, I know you don't want to hear it, but to be honest, it is absolutely impossible to increase your energy levels by consuming food food that actually depletes them. Now, I'm not saying cut all sugar overnight and never eat fast food again, because I mean, who's doing that? That's not even realistic. But what I am saying is that you need to sit down and have a look at everything you eat and everything you consume and ask yourself if you are doing yourself a service or a disservice by consuming all of those things. Simply start off by cutting as much as you can processed food and artificial sugar. And once again, having a program is just everything. Seriously, it is such a game changer. Create weekly food plans that go to the supermarket twice per week, buying only the ingredients that you're going to need for your food plan. This way, not only you're saving a whole lot of money, but you're doing your mind and body a service, and at the same time, you don't have more excuses on snacking and just last minute preparing low energy meals because you didn't know what to prepare, you didn't know what to eat, because you are having your food plan, you already have your ingredients, you are preparing what you're supposed to be preparing, and you are eating what you're supposed to be eating. Number 3, we need to change your identity because the one you've chosen for yourself is not doing us any good. If you wake up every single day and you say to yourself, I'm lazy, I'm not pretty, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough, what if this, what if that, then I can guarantee you your life is never going to change. And not because of karma, but simply because you will continue to fail to identify opportunities when they arrive. So I'm going to give you a very simple example. Let's say that you wake up one day and you're like, okay, I need to run errands, but I cannot hold an umbrella because I'm gonna have to be holding all those things, and oh my God, everything is just going so wrong, and what am I going to do? You being a pessimistic person, you are interpreting the entire situation through this identity. At the same time, another person with an entrepreneurial can-do sort of mindset invented a raincoat. I know that the example is slightly anecdotal, but it is simply to say that so many times your skills and your actions are not the problem. The way you view yourself and your life is. Take a step back and understand that nobody's coming to save you. If you want to wake up every day and create a world of pain and suffering and I don't know what, and negativity and all that, then you are absolutely welcome to do that. But at the same time, you could also choose to create a world where everything is an opportunity or a step forward. Rhetoric much? Maybe. True much? Absolutely. And that is not to say that you are not entitled to have bad days or a bad weekend or even a bad month. But that's just simply to say that you acknowledging your feelings doesn't mean that you suddenly need to turn your feelings into your entire identity. I feel and I am are two separate verbs, and for a good reason. I feel ugly and I am ugly are not the same things. I feel worthless and I am worthless are not the same thing. Please take a second and reflect on that. Step number 4. Tackling your fear to go after starting that new business or getting that promotion or starting dating again or finding new friends, whatever it is. The months leading up to Christmas and right after New Year is usually the time that most people set goals about what and who they want to become. And I'm going to preface this by saying that failure is immortal, and whoever instilled in you that fear of trying is clearly someone who hasn't achieved much in their lives. Most business owners have went through so much failure before actually achieving success. Most people have had several breakups or years of loneliness before they found their soulmate. So many people have went through so many years feeling like they don't fit before they actually find their loyal tribe of friends. And if you were to ever discuss with all those people, the number one thing they regret is not starting and failing earlier. They don't regret their failures, they just regret not jumping right into it before. Now, let me tell you this. A lot of people care and are going to care about your failures. But the good news is that none of the people that matter are going to care about your failures. Failures are simply data entries that either tell you to change or to pivot. And so you're going to need to have systems that allow you to measure success and failure. So if you start a new business, for example, a new project, and you didn't make thousands of dollars within the first 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is, then you're not dealing with failure, you're dealing with delusion, because you need to be devoted to something for a significantly really a long time before you can actually even decide or consider whether that project or that business is a failure or not. If you went out on 10 dates and you didn't find the love of your life, then you're not dealing with failure. You are dealing with math problems because, honey, we're 8 billion on this planet, so the stats weren't with you in the first place. And I know you're going to say, yeah, but it is also unmotivating. And I agree with you. But the reality is that you need to stop relying on motivation to get you to do the things that you actually want to do. Motivation doesn't last. Purpose, on the other hand, purpose does. One of my favorite quotes ever is one by Nietzsche, and it says that he who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Remember that. Step number 5 has definitely got to be my favorite one because we are having a glow up. Looking good isn't just good for business, but it's great for you, the way that you perceive yourself. So in the next few months, we're focusing on making you unrecognizable. Step number 1 in your glow up journey is going to be building a capsule wardrobe. No more reckless spending and reckless buying and just going with the trends. We are focusing on creating a woman that is timeless, feminine, and elegant. Every purchase that you make in the upcoming months is supposed to be serving that woman. Now, depending on your budget, you may be able to buy several pieces or just one every month or every 2 months or whatever it is. But the idea here is that you're going to go for staple pieces in timeless colors that you can wear again and again and again in good quality fabrics. And what I'm describing here doesn't necessarily come in an exorbitant pricing, but what I want you to focus on is battling the urge to go on shopping therapies every single month or every single week or even every single 6 months, because you don't need all that. You don't need all that jargon just to get this dopamine explosion that a purchase can give you. Step number 2 on your glow up journey is establishing a skincare routine. Now, it can just be a single product or it can be 10 different products. It really doesn't matter as long as what you buy works for you. I want you to commit to doing your skincare routine every single day, and I want you to also include in that routine the process of hydrating your body and making sure that your skin is always nice and soft, because nothing is more feminine than glowy, soft skin. Look after your nails, and that doesn't mean necessarily getting manis and pedis every month if that's something that you cannot afford, but you just need to make sure that your nails always have a short, feminine cut, that your cuticles are soft, and that your nails are well shaped. This is something that you can easily do at home. It is not expensive. It doesn't cost you anything. You just need to take the time and stay committed to doing that and taking care of your body as a whole. And I obviously saved the best for last. So glow up step number 3 is the hair and the makeup, because let's face it, the hair and the makeup sometimes is the outfit. Commit to making a conscious decision to look good and polished every single time you exit your house, no matter the occasion. This way, not only you're going to feel more confident and more empowered, but you're also going to create an elevated brand around yourself. Once again, you don't need to do much. You don't need to take an hour to do your makeup or 1,000 products to do your makeup. You simply need to find what works for you, what can bring out your natural features and your natural beauty, and then just keep your hair as polished as possible. And when I'm telling you that this is not only going to make you feel amazing about yourself, but it's also going to make you stand out in rooms in ways you have never even imagined. This is not about other people. This is about you building your own confidence and your own life the way you want it, and creating long-term sustainable habits around self-appreciation and self-care and self-love. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Don't forget that this is your year. Let's do this.